Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the new Silverado EV. This is the 4WT version. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Signer Chevy here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get into it. Let's start things off by going over the EV specs. So we have a 200 kilowatt hour battery pack, providing this with an EPA range of 450 miles. Some people have been stating they've been getting more than what the EPA rates this at. Anyways, power outputs are 510 horsepower and then 615 pound-feet of torque, allowing this truck to tow about 10,000 pounds. And so this leads to the fun stuff. We've got our key fob here, lock, unlock, remote start, and most importantly, the opening for the frunk. Now, being a work truck, the frunk is actually hydraulic with the opening, but you can see, just like the F-150 Lightning, really solid cargo space, and looks like we've got an outlet in here as well. You can see the little escape button if you get stuck in the Silverado EV. But yeah, this is a cool thing about EVs, is you do get a little bit more storage space, and I'm guessing that it's probably pretty simple to close. You probably just grab. Oh, and it's soft close at the bottom. That's cool. So before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe, because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, it's very interesting how soft all of the kind of like lines are on this, obviously for aerodynamic efficiency. These accent lights here kind of remind me of the Blazer. You got the headlight down below, and you can see, just like every other work truck, how that is unpainted. Same thing here with the bottom section. But, you know, overall, it's pretty interesting looking. Almost looks like an SUV. Look at this. Does that not look like an SUV? Now, around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. You can see with the wheels completely blacked out, I think that looks pretty sharp. Looks like we've got independent front suspension, expected with an electric car. Love the fender flare here. That's just massive. Silverado right there. And then you got the fixed side steps on the side, and then you can see here with the mirror caps, so those are blacked out. And then I'm guessing it's going to be independent rear suspension as well. Yeah, it looks like we're independent in the back too. So here's our full side profile with the Silverado EV. Kind of looks like a modern Avalanche in a way. And would you look at that, we still have Chevy's bumper steps. Got the taillights here. And then let's pop into the bed. It's got protection already. This is an option, but plenty of space back here. And then you can see we've got a bunch of outlets down below. Now, the last thing I'm going to mention in the bed is, this is interesting. This little panel goes right there below the outlets, and it says "pretty amazing" on it. I don't understand the point, but I'm putting "pretty amazing" in there. But yeah, it's just this little panel that goes in right there. And this actually leads to the true last thing. We do have lights here in the bed as well. Now, the tailgate actually has a decent amount of weight to it, which is interesting. Got another Silverado badge there, WT. And, well, that finishes things off for the rest of the rear. So the camera zoomed in a little bit, but there you go. Now, taking a look at the door panel again. It's a work truck, so it's going to be pretty basic with the material use. You can see the storage down below that, but it does have, well, some of the wrappings still from the factory, but these vinyl seats, very durable looking. Got storage underneath the seats too, and then this is cool with the floors. And then getting in is actually easier than a regular pickup truck. Tons of legroom, just like a regular Silverado. Storage pocket, got the cup holders, vents down below as well, and headroom back here is solid. Now, taking a look at the front door panel, again, you can see with the more basic material use, all of our window controls here, mirror adjustments. Looks like it has blind spot monitoring, which is a nice feature. Now, payload on this truck is 1,425 pounds. See what the gross vehicle weight rating is. 9,990 pounds. So 1,425, 95, 8,500 pounds. This truck weighs 8,500 pounds. But you can see the conventional tow. There's 10,000. Here's the front seat. Again, that vinyl trim. And then we do have some nice functions here. So to open up the frunk, your lane departure. It's for towing, parking brake. Trailer brakes are integrated there. And then look at the vents. Very interesting with the design. And then we do have a power adjustable steering wheel. So taking a look at the steering wheel itself, they've got that like fake leather trim on it, so it's like perforated on either side. Actually, our radio controls in the back, which is nice. Practical controls to the front. This kind of reminds me of the new Colorado in a way, because you have this to change the center gauge there. Got your cruise control, and you can see the regular stocks here on the back. Column shifter, by the way, with this. But it's got the EV column shifter. But yeah, just like the Colorado, you can change what it shows information-wise. You'll notice we have 20% state of charge and 106 miles. So you do the math, you do 106 times 5, and that's going to be over 500 miles of range. So again, a lot of people have been stating they've been getting more range than what the EPA puts this at. Now this does come with a 360 camera system. Really good resolution, just like other GM vehicles. You can see out of all of the angles. So that's nice. And it looks like, just like in the Colorado, they've moved the headlight controls to the infotainment system, which is an interesting touch. And now with the screen on, you can see response time is quick. It's easy to use. You get the little shortcut bar here on the side. So yeah, solid infotainment system. Got some vents down below, and then we do have dual zone climate in this, which yeah, I like that we have actual like physical buttons for all this. Oops. Now the next thing is going to be the storage in here. We've got some charging port action. We have tons of storage. There's more on the side. Got some cup holders. We've got the center console here, which apparently I am not smart enough to... Oh, there's no handle. I'm like looking for the handle to open it up, but there is no handle. Yeah, but yeah, pretty good storage. That is... It's solid feeling. I mean, it stops wherever you put it, so that's cool. On the dash, again, just basic material use. We do have storage above the glove box, and then we have a glove box down below. And then we just have a manual mirror dimmer here, so pretty normal setup. No center for anything like that, and the window in the back is fixed. Well, if you are standing, then I recommend you sit down because we've got glare, and this glare is kind of expensive. So, 2024 Silverado EV 4WT. Pretty much everything standard equipment. The only thing that's not is the spray and bed liner, $545. Total MSRP, $80,455 for a work truck. Let's sum things up. Starts right up. By the way, I find it hilarious that this truck has manual seats, but then a power adjustable steering wheel. They're like, we can only give you so much power adjustment. But anyways, visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, throughout the rear. Pretty similar to most pickup trucks. Now, there's currently, I can't drive this truck on the road quite yet. If you guys want to see another review of me driving it on the road, I'd be more than happy to put that together for you. But we can at least get like a little acceleration here. Yeah, it's quick. It is quick. And we're actually gonna have to reverse because it's a dead end here. But I just wanted to do this even though we can't get like real driving, to tell you what I can feel so far. It's very similar to the F-150 Lightning when you compare a Lightning to a regular F-150, right? Regular F-150 drives like a truck, and the Lightning drives very similar to the regular F-150, but a little bit more comfortable and car-like because independent rear suspension. So very, very similar setup here with the Silverado EV, where it drives, I guess, maybe a little bit different than the Silverado, because one thing to note is the Silverado kind of has like a big bulky feel, and this is a heavy truck, but it feels, I guess, a little bit less. I think it's the hood though, because the hood kind of slants down. I think that's what makes it feel less bulky than a regular Silverado, because you don't have that big hood that raises up, which is interesting. See, the camera system works great with it. And then turn in with this compared to a regular truck. I mean, it's a big vehicle, but it's very sharp because of that independent suspension front and rear. So that also helps out with moving this vehicle that weighs over 8,000 pounds. So it drives very car-like for a truck, but it's still a big vehicle. You feel the weight, you feel the size. with this. But it also just drives like, you know, any other EV pretty much in terms of the acceleration and all that. So initial impressions with the Silverado EV. I think they've done a good job for a, you know, electric work truck. In terms of the features this has make sense. The range is actually good, but there's a few things. The battery pack is enormous. It's absolutely a monstrosity. And that's why the truck's so heavy. And that's also why the payload is so low, because you have such a heavy battery pack, right? The F-150 Lightning has like over 2,000 pounds of payload, but it also has a battery pack that is significantly smaller compared to this. Yeah, you know what? This is pretty similar in terms of the, even though the independent suspension helps out a bit, I feel like this is bigger than a regular Silverado. At least it kind of feels that way. It's very tight moving things around. But yeah, big battery pack, that's how you get the range. And the price tag, $80,000 for a work truck. I just don't know. Just thinking from the perspective, if I had like a company that needed trucks, I understand the carbon credit thing, but if I could buy an ICE truck for less than 50 grand with similar-ish equipment to this, like $30,000, that's a lot. That almost buys me a second truck. I understand that, you know, some people say the save cost from EV charging versus gas and all of that, and I understand that, but like $30,000, and let's say you're a company that buys just 5 trucks, boom, $150,000 extra. Let's say you're a company that buys 10 trucks, right? You just do the math, just extrapolate out. So I think the GM did a great job for what they have, but I don't know about electric trucks being the future with what trucks need to do in terms of towing range and you know, workload and all that kind of stuff, and then just the price tags of these work trucks. It's like, yep, they finally built a truck that actually has good range and has the equipment that you need, but then it's $80,000. So let me know what you guys think about the Silverado EV.